If you're planning to come to the United Kingdom to study, work, or reunite with your family, everything is about to change. The UK government has just dropped the biggest migration overhaul in years, and it could directly impact you and your family. In this video, I'm going to break down how the recent changes that was announced yesterday by the Home Secretary, Shabana Mahmood, would affect you and your family. Let me know what your views are as we dive into this very important update from the UK government. It was only announced yesterday. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, Frank is my name. This is the place that we share the latest migration and diaspora news. Let me know what your views are. Let me start with the good news. There are some good news in this update. Number one, the good news is that the UK government is going to widen global talent visa. Global talent visa, that is the visa that allow people with specialized talent to come to the UK without needing to have anyone sponsoring you. You will come to the UK, and under the global talent visa route, you will be able to apply for indefinite leave to remain after working in the UK for 3 years. Unlike the work visa, where you need to stay in the UK for 5 years, the global talent visa, it's only 3 years and there is less restriction. So they say they are going to widen the global talent visa, which means that more people may be able to use this route to come to the UK. That is the first update. The second update is the highly potential individual visa. The highly potential individual visa is a visa that is granted to people that attend hundreds of some of the best universities in the world. The government yesterday announced that they are going to extend the universities that will be included on that list, so that more people will be able to use that route to come to the UK. So let us go on to the other update that the UK government have announced. From the 8th of January, if you're coming to the UK on the work visa, the government has increased the English language test that you have to take in a secure, approved Home Office accredited center. They have currently, you only need to take an equivalent of GCSE. The government is saying that that test is too easy to pass, and therefore they have now made the test to be, it's going to be a little bit tougher. For instance, you mean that you'll be able to answer grammar question using the correct tense in a sentence, such as, the man sitting next to me on the plane was very nervous. Because what are the answers? A, he didn't fly. B, he hadn't flown. C, he has not flown before. D, he wasn't flown. In the case of this one, the answer obviously is he hasn't flown before. A lot of people from English-speaking countries will still be able to pass the equivalent of B test, which is what the government has just introduced yesterday. The government also said that for you to come to the UK, remember, some people are actually criticizing the government announcement by saying that the UK government, British citizens, 6.6 million British citizens will not even pass the test that the government has just introduced. 6.6 million British citizens, according to the Literacy Center, have very poor literacy skills. They themselves, they will not be able to pass this test that the government have just said that this is the test that migrants have to pass. The second one is that students who currently have 2 years post-graduation to look for a job in the UK from 2027, the period that students will stay in the UK for them to look for a job, that period is going to be reduced from 2 years currently to 18 months. The government said the rationale for reducing the length of time that students have to stay is that their data show that a lot of students, when they finish, they do not actually end up getting graduate job. Some people have criticized the government by saying that the government is creating a false narrative. The government is saying that about 9.8 million British people who are economically inactive will be able to get a job with this measure that they've introduced. So people have said that those people who are economically inactive, that it is not because of immigrant that is stopping them from getting a job. The government needs to level up with the British people. Let me know what your views are in the comment section. The government has also said that for those who are planning to come to the United Kingdom to study, for you to come to the United Kingdom, you will now have to show proof that if your university is outside London, you will be able to demonstrate that you have monthly save income of £1,171, that you can demonstrate that you will be able to fund your studies by having £1,171 to pay for your expenses. Currently, the cost that you all need to demonstrate is £1,136. They've now increased it now by around £37 a month. That is for outside London. For those planning to come and study inside London, the government has said that you have to show evidence that you can pay, that you have enough money to fund your studies, that's the cost of living in London. You can demonstrate that you have £1,529 every month. That is what you will have. For our brothers and sisters from Botswana, there is bad news for anyone from Botswana. The UK government have said since 2022, Botswana, which used to enjoy visa-free travel to the UK, they've realized that a lot of people from Botswana are now coming to the UK to claim asylum, and the government has said they've put a stop to that. You will not be able to come from Botswana again under visa-free. You will have to apply for visa just like people from other countries. Let me know what your views are in the comment section. The government have also said that the cost that an employer has to pay, if you're employing somebody from outside the EU country, you will now have to pay £480. That is how much you have to pay to demonstrate that you will be able to, that is how much you have to pay. They've increased the cost by 32%. From the 16th of December, you have to pay. If you're recruiting someone from abroad, that is what you have to pay if you are bringing somebody from abroad. Dependent and to those bringing their families to the UK, there is no changes yet, but the government has said that there will be a change coming in for those that want to bring their wife and family to the UK. The changes that they just introduced now, it doesn't affect them, but they expect more changes. The numbers of leading international institutions, the government expect about 8,000 people to apply more through the highly potential visa route. They expect the numbers to go up because if they increase the numbers of schools that will be part of it, that means that more people will be able to use that route to come to the UK. Let me know what your views are in the comment section. As I said before, our brothers and sisters from Botswana, who for many years have enjoyed visa-free travel to the United Kingdom, they will not be able to come. And those that have planning to come to the UK from the 8th of January next year must have up to the equivalent of A levels in English, speaking, reading, and writing, and comprehension for them to be able to come and live and work in the UK. So you have to go to a test center. The test center is a center that the Home Office have approved. That is where you will go and sit your test. And if you pass your test, the result will then be forwarded to the Home Office, and they will use that as part of your visa application. What do you think about this? What do you think about this change that the government have just announced? The government said they expect migration to drop by up to 100,000 people based on these changes that they've just introduced today. That is what Shabana Mahmood said yesterday, and they have now said that all these changes were informed by data showing that too many people are coming to the UK who are not making financial contribution that the government expected initially for them that they will bring. So these changes that the government have just announced now is quite huge. There are good news for people there, and unfortunately, there are trade-offs. So some people will benefit from this, and some people will not be able to benefit. For instance, the highly potential individual visa, it's a good opportunity that they've extended it. More people will be able to come to the UK if they widen the universities that are included. Currently, it's only 100 universities, but they are planning to widen it. Global talent visa, that's another fantastic opportunity for those, because just like the highly potential individual visa and the global talent visa, you do not need anybody to sponsor you to come to the UK on those two routes. What is your view? Do you think that increasing the English language test for migrants, knowing full well that 6.6 million British people born in this country, they will not even pass this English language test? Do you think that is fair, knowing full well that currently about 65% of migrants that come to this country, they speak very, very good English, and and a large percentage of them, they do not have any problem. The government said that this is to promote integration and to make the close to over 9 million Brits who are currently economically inactive, that they want these measures were introduced so that they can go to work and work. Let me know. Some people are saying that the government is only coming up with false narrative to victimize the UK, the migrant. What is your view? Do you support this? If you're somebody who's planning to come to the UK, would these measures that the government have just introduced, would it discourage you, or would it stop you from coming to the UK? Let me know what your views are. You have people like Dora Oliver, who is the CEO of Workers' Rights, saying that increasing English language requirement from intermediate to upper mediate will not address only stereotype migrant. This is what she said. He said it won't make a difference to integration. This is already happening. It will simply make migrants feel less welcome and reinforce false narrative. That is what she said. Let me know what your views are. Are you a student who is planning to come to the UK? What about my brothers and sisters from Botswana who can no longer come to the UK on visa free? What is your view? Let me know. Botswanans will not be able to come to the United Kingdom as visa free again, and the government have introduced this. As soon as we hear any update on dependent visas and spouse visa, as soon as we hear any more update, be rest assured that this is the platform where you will hear the latest update. The information that I'm giving you today was only dropped yesterday, and this is the first platform that is reporting it. If you see any value, don't forget to give this a like, share. The landscape is changing. The immigration landscape is changing. There is no substitute to information. Continue to follow the Launch Club on all our platforms. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. Give this a like so more people can see. Share with anyone that you know will benefit, and let me